It's alive! No, not quite yet. Hello again, friends and fans. Raptor here. Welcome back. Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. Good to have you here as we're completing work on what seems to be, I don't know, a Dosen't. I have no idea, but in the game it's called the Sakura GT20. So welcome back here. We've already rebuilt the engine. We found this car in a barn, and this is our third episode of just working on this car. And we got the engine fully restored in there. We just need to well, work on a few extra things. You know, the oil pan, quite a few other things. So we're going to work on the exhaust right now. And we also have the gearbox to put back up in there. But we're going to work on the exhaust right now. So again, if you guys are liking this, make sure you subscribe too, so that way you don't miss out on when we go live to play the game live. And you can come along and help out with some extra tips and tricks and such. We got our front exhaust here. A lot of the parts that I had to repair, I've tried to repair. And if we couldn't, I've went ahead and purchased some of them. So we're going to go ahead and get the exhaust system reassembled now. So we're going to look back here. And wow, everything in the interior of the car has been completely removed. Come on now, I want to get back to that exhaust system. Here we go. All right, back to the exhaust then. Let's go ahead and pop on some new parts for that one. So we've got the middle muffler to put in, and then the rear exhaust section back here. So the rear muffler V8 OHV is ready to go as well. Perfect. Everything's good in the exhaust system. It looks nice, all shiny and chrome. We're going to start working on a few things on the bottom of the car as well, including that wonderful little gearbox there. Let's see if we can get that back into place. Should be able to remove that from underneath. Let's go ahead and see if we can pop that back in there. Looks like we need to get ourselves a brake servo and also a flywheel. Let's see how our flywheel looks for... Oh, 64%. We want to try to get things as close to 100% as we can. And at our repair bench, not everything's listed. A lot of the parts are either cosmetic or not. But we're trying to do a full restore, trying to get everything up to 100%, well, close to 90 or 100% if possible. Not everything's listed here. I see front wheel hubs. I see a water pump. I'm going to try to look for that flywheel. See if we can repair that. If not, we're purchasing it. But the sales price of this car, we purchased it at $9,000. We're now going to try to bring her all the way up. Oh, unfortunately, we got to get rid of that part. But we're going to have to buy another flywheel then. Not everything can be repaired. But right now, like I mentioned, the car's status right there, $18,000 that we can sell her at. So if we continue this work, we're going to double our money, and it'll be worth everything. Unfortunately, the expenses might be a little high due to our lack of knowledge on repairs because we got to just simply get the skills up. But our XP has been going up as we've been repairing more items. We started with the $12,000 budget. It's already basically blown on the repair parts, but it's been going really great, and I'm very excited to continue to play Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. Available for PS4 and Xbox very soon. Just be on the lookout for it. Clutch plate, we're going to need another one of those, 100% on that. And also the pressure plate's going to have to go in there too. No pressure, I guess, as we now bolted all back together. Beautiful. Very nice. So this is a fantastic game. You can get it on Steam too if you haven't already. I would say this is a must-have. Clutch release bearing, that's at 65%. Let's buy another one of those. I don't think we can repair that. There's a lot of things that we can't repair, and I don't like the repair menu so much because you have to go through one by one and do that kind of stuff. So there was our gearbox from before. We got it up to 86 there. We purchased a new one. The good thing is if you find a crappy part and repair it, you can always sell it for a higher price if needed, or it just gets completely destroyed and thrown away like it did there. So it's always a gamble. This may as well just be a roulette table as to whether or not you're going to win. Get a free part, basically, is what it is. It's a roulette table to try to get a free part. Most of the times you end up throwing them away because you don't have the skills for it. And a lot of these parts are only a few $100s, so in the end you might save up to a couple thousand in repairs. Let's try to get that oil pan up. Back down to 4, darn. Oh, actually, we have a better oil pan here. Perfect. Now we did a barn find on this car, and we did find a bunch of free parts, and it was super awesome. We found a lot of great free stuff underneath the in the barn. This isn't even worth our time, I think, anymore to go through and try to repair everything. We may as well just buy it because we're going to be here all day at the roulette table of luck, and I don't think she's on our side today. Actually, you know, we do have... Oh, and again, the game will lag a little bit like it did there, too. There's a lot of Steam complaints about the game. People not happy about the optimization. We're going to pop the fuel tank back in here. So, again, I wouldn't fret about that. She's been pretty solid, aside from a few parts. There's our fuel tank and our fuel pump back into position, so it should be all good. And that should be all set up nicely. We do need to grab... Oh, what was I missing from the back again? We need to make sure we grab one extra part back here. And that is the bearing, right? The clutch release bearing. All right, let's grab one of those from the computer. And just type in bearing. Clutch release bearing is only $33. So we're not spending full price on this. A lot of the times we'll make back some of that money, but that's what happens when you're just starting out. You don't have all your skill sets up. And that's one thing you do have to do in the game is upgrade your skills from time to time. Get back onto the engine here. And let's install our clutch release bearing. There you go. And we'll probably have to bolt that back in, right? Nope, guess not. Real 14. We got the, yeah, there we go, up to 86%. That's close enough for me. That's good enough there on that one. So we'll go ahead and pop that one in there. We want to get 90%, but I think even 86 is pretty close. But again, the more cash that we spend on it, you can see it's a little beat up there. But again, the more cash we spend, the better. The body also looks absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. We can repair some of the, we can buy new things such as the doors and the you know, the hood and such, but you know, in order to paint things and fully restore it, we'll have to get up to a little higher level. So let's continue to work on some stuff. What do we got underneath here? We can also put underneath, yes, we're going to need to buy some rod caps. And unfortunately, a lot of our rod caps are garbage. And it looks like we're going to need a total of like, what, 6 of these things? Let's take a look underneath here. It's 1 for each piston, so that's going to be 6 in total. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves rod caps. This car is really cool. I like it. It's a good story. I just found a barn randomly, and let's actually take a look and see if there's another barn. Maybe we'll get lucky and find one out of the blue. Let's take a look at our car jobs as well. Looks like there's just regular jobs again. This is just to make cash so you can actually restore your car. But let's head out to the, let's see if we can go to the main gate. Any barns? Nope, don't see it. It would be indicated by a teal little dot. And man, oh man, are they super cool to find. They're very exciting when they pop up on the screen. All right, so back to installation. We got those rod caps to put on there. So we're almost done with the engine. We finished installing the engine a long time ago, and now we're just putting in all the necessary parts here. Also got to buy ourselves some crankshaft bearing caps. So we're going to have to buy, what, 6 of those as well. So it's going to take a little bit of time here to get everything into place. There we go. All right, so it looks like we've got... oh, whoa. Is that a crappy one? That didn't look fancy pants. What's up with that? Hold on a second. That doesn't look good. That part didn't look 100%. These are crappy ones. Oh, we're putting in bearing caps too. Alright, we better sell all that stuff. Hold on. Make sure we don't do that again. We're going to sell all the bearing caps that are garbage. Alright, that should be okay. Alright, let's grab some more caps then. So you're always doing this kind of stuff. Let's see, we're going to buy 6 of these again too. Wow, $43 each. That's going to be like $1,000 right there. Nah, it's getting $245. It's not that bad. Okay, let's go ahead and make sure we've got all of our good parts installed. I want to make sure everything's quality. Let's go ahead and make sure things are looking pretty green underneath there. Okay, good. Alright, just wanted to make sure we didn't install the wrong low quality part. That's something we definitely don't want to do. Oop, not use suspension. You'll be another time. Suspension? Stop it. Alright, there we go. It's getting finicky with me. Alright, there we go. We'll put some of these rod caps back on here and bearings and everything else, and we should be good. So a lot to install underneath the exhaust, or just on top of the exhaust in the car. And our Roadster is going to be ready. We can race our cars, we can sell our cars, we can just take pictures of them and send them to friends and be like, lol, I bought a real car. And people will be like, no, that's a game. That's Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. You know, that kind of thing. All right. Let's get back up here. Rod caps are up next. I love how everything, when it's fully repaired, is just shiny and chrome. Even like the air filter, you open it up, you're looking at the air filter. Even the air filter's chrome. Everything just shines. All right, rod caps. There we go. Good. Alright, and one more to do. So it takes a long time to install some of this stuff, but the installation is not as bad as I thought it would be. Once we've finished our restoration, we're all good here. Let's install the oil pan now. Alright, there we go. Perfect. Okay, so that is it for the engine and underneath sections here. Exhaust is all good. The engine's all good. We now need to install the drive shaft. Oh, there we go. All right, let's install that. We're going to have to bolt that back into position. Oh, you know what? Wait a minute. We're going to have to, wait, gearbox should connect back to the, oh, right, the axle needs to be in place first. Coil spring axle. Oh, boy. I don't think we're actually going to be able to repair that. That's going to be big money right there. Coil spring axle. Now, what was the exact name of that? We need to make sure we got the exact name of that thing, so that way we don't mistake it. It's a coil spring rear drive axle. All right, let's make sure. Now, some of these things we just can't repair, so I can sell later to recoup some of the money that we've lost. So let's see if we can get the coil spring rear drive axle. Yeah, so there we go. We bought it for $427. So we can spend some money to repair some stuff, sell some stuff. It all works out in the end. It all does. All right, I'm excited. Rear coil spring is up in motion here. Let's get that drive shaft up there. Perfect, 100% on that one. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. Oh, we have to bolt it back into place. I forgot. I got so excited to be done with it. I thought it just pops right in. It doesn't. You have to bolt it back into place. There we go. And over to the other side. All right, all done then, finally. Okay, so the drive shaft is good. Apparently it's sinking through half the car. I guess it's a camouflage drive shaft for whatever reason. It's like hiding up in there. Okay, that looks good. So we do need to work on a few other things underneath the car, such as the suspension, the wheels, brakes, and such. But let's go back to the lift, and let's take a look at some of our orders. Just curious as to see what's out there for money. Okay, anyway, all right, so we're all good on that. So again, yeah, the body, we definitely need to pimp that out. Let's work on the rest of the exhaust here. We're going to work on the exhaust manifold. So basically it combines it from the cylinders to the main exhaust line. Very good. All right, and then over to the other side. All right. And 2 more bolts, and we're done. Perfect. All right, everything looks great. Okay, so that should be the engine 100%, right? There shouldn't be anything else to install on that at all, right? Uh-oh, crankshaft pulley's got to come back. All right, crankshaft pulley needs to go. We need to we need to buy ourselves ignition wires. I think we uninstalled those from before as well. We can't repair those either, so ignition wires it is. And let's see, ignition wires for a 16. We also want to buy ourselves, what was the other thing? Was it the pulley? Wait a minute. Wait, I spelled pulley wrong. There's an E in that word. Well, let's put the ignition wires back on there first. So as you can see, it's getting a little laggy now, as, I don't know what happens. Sometimes when you get, I guess with all this shiny chromeness of awesomeness, that's where the problem comes in. All right, crankshaft pulley is what we're going to be buying now. Oh, crankshaft, all right. Crank, there we go. All right, crankshaft pulley for a 16 is what we're looking for. $190 for one of those big O pieces. And let's see here. Back to the engine. And let's see. All right, very good. Crankshaft pulley back to 100%. And again, we'll try to repair and sell some of these parts to recoup our money later. Very good. All right, so that's it for the engine, I think. Everything's looking gorgeous. This is a real gorgeous car. All right, and now we have to go on to the wheels and tires and everything else. All right, now, in order to repair some of those rims and buy new rims and get the tires, let's go ahead and see if we can do that. We're going to now start to separate some of the rims from the tires. The rims seem to be in good shape. The tires, probably not. Rim Reto 09. So, as usual, we're removing our tires. That's a common occurrence here in the game. We're going to now start working on our tires and... oh, actually, we can work on the body a little bit. Oh, interior assembly. All right, let's put back some of our taillights. I purchased a few new taillights and things that we needed. There we go. Man, that is a sweet-looking car. Really sweet-looking. We'll pop some of those headlights back in. We can even get a custom license plate as well. All right, fenders, hood, a few other things that we need to buy. Separate another part here. In the meantime, we'll try to repair those rims. Rim Retro. Let's see if we can do some repairs. Ooh, those are actually looking real... Oh, that's 03. We want an 09. Is the 09 listed here? I'm looking for it. There's one. 15-inch. Nope, down to 10. Okay. Now we can buy rims as well. It is worth trying to repair. But I think what we should really truly do is instead of trying to get money back from these parts... by repairing them, I think what we should do is just sell them at like the 40% that they're at and try to make the money back that way. So basically buy a new part, sell the old one, and then just, you know, call it even, that kind of thing. We are going to try to get these rims off the tire though. Maybe we can repair these, but it may as well just be worth selling. And in order to sell, I think we have to... Actually, we should just sell it all. Why are we doing this? Shouldn't we just sell everything? Let's just sell it all. We're low on cash, but... forget it. We'll sell all the stuff here. So we need rims 09. I'm going to keep one rim and one tire. It's not even worth us trying to repair any of this. There we go. Alright, let's sell all this stuff. Yeah, it's not even worth it. I think we should just buy it. Rim Retro 09 and then the tires. Actually, can we get better rims? Maybe we can pimp out the rims. Let's go back to the rim shop. Let's see what we got here. There we are, rims. Rim 09. Oh, Rim Retro 09 Classic. Ooh. $20, $90. Maybe we should pimp it out with these. Rim, oh, that's a C, though. I don't know if that'll fit, though. Is that Rim Classic 09? Will that fit, though? Modern Classic. There's Classic 09 from $20 or $90. I feel like we should buy... Uh-oh. All right, we better make absolutely sure that we're purchasing the right thing. All right, so this is a 09 15-inch ET. So 09 15-inch ET. $342 times what? 4? Oh boy. If that's an expensive mistake if we make that. Woo! All right, let's try one. And if not, we can always sell it. Okay, now the next thing is the tires, which are the 165 8R15s, vintage tire B, 165 80 R15. All right. Oh, we got to go back to the tire store. Oops, that was the rims. Oh, darn it, I left the computer. Oh, gee. All right, back to the tires. So we want a vintage tire. Vintage. Ooh, with the wall. Oh, my God. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, wow, look at that logo. Ugh. All right, so I got to remember what it was. Okay, so I'm never going to remember what that part was. It's like I got to write it down. 165 80 R15. 165 80 R15. Is that right? 165. All right, let's buy one, and again we can always sell it. It's not too much of a problem if we do make a mistake. All right, back to the tire changer. No, not to the wheel balancer. Tire changer. Nothing. No other tires to separate. Okay. Yes. Ooh, does this rim look cool? I only wanted it for the money, because that'll increase the value. Oh boy, I don't even know if this is gonna fit on here. All right, well we'll give one a shot. You know what's gonna be great? The engine is gorgeous. The tires are gonna look amazing, but the body is gonna look like. All right, what are you doing here? Who are you trying to fool? Okay, well we bought one tire. If that doesn't work out, then we'll go ahead and just buy a different model. What we need to do now is buy the suspension back. Get some new suspension parts in here. So let's see. First and foremost, we're gonna need to get ourselves the front suspension cross member C. So let's see what that's all about. Oh boy, back from the tire store. Cross suspension C. 440, okay. Alright, she's getting expensive. I think it's going to take most of our budget to do this, but the good thing is if we run out of cash, we can always just go back and, you know, do maintenance on a regular car. Back to suspension. Part mount. There we go. And, oh, it just pops in there. We don't have to bolt anything. Okay, that's nice. Alright, we're going to want to get our steering rack. That's the next thing. Actually, I think we may have purchased one of those. Let's make sure. Oh, $800? Jesus. And the good thing is we can sell a lot of our garbage parts at this point. We should have a lot of them by now, especially these crappy rims. Oh yeah, we got to balance our tire too. We'll save the original rim just so we can call on it when needed. 165 80 R15 ET0. Okay, looks like it's that was the right part. All right, let's get the get that rim back up there. I mean the steering rack. There we go. Very good. All right, now all we got to do is increase the inner tie rods. So we need 2 of those. Jeez. Wish we had that that thing now. All right, let's buy 2 of these. 2 of these. Okay, back to the car we go. So a lot of back and forth in this game, but definitely, well, I mean, it's a simulator, and that's what you'll be doing as a mechanic a lot. You could be going back, check things, look at the computer, do all sorts of different things, make sure the parts are correct, make sure they're ordered, make sure everything's right. All right, now what do we need next? Oh, we should also buy ourselves a sway bar. Sway bar. So you notice how the lag decreases as we get away from the computer, I think, or away from the car. That's where I think the problem is. So look, all good, all good, all good, and then to the car. Yeah, so that they're going to have to work on the optimization for sure in this game. But that's okay. I still love it. All right, what do we need next? So the sway bar is going in. Front sway bar B, 100%, good. And, oh, we need to buy a lot of these rubber bushings again. That's going to be a lot of fun. They're only a few dollars, so that's not a problem. Let's buy 4 of those. So we want 4 of those. 60 bucks, basically. All right. Not a problem. All right, so let's go ahead and get a few in. And again, I've been asking it every video, but I would like to know from everybody what car, if you could, would you want to work on in your dream garage? What would be the first car you'd want to work on? What's your first, second, and third choices? Let's go with that, folks. What is the #1 car you want to work on? And what is a car you'd never want to see come rolling into the garage? Like a Gremlin? Oh boy, that would be bad times. We need a fuel filter on this one. That's one thing we're going to have to grab. We'll get these bushings in here in a minute. And I think we can, now that she's up on the rack too, we can basically throw in a filter here in a minute. Good. And it looks like we need the inner tie rod, which we have. Good. And then we'll need the few other things to connect. All right, let's grab a fuel filter over here at the old Computadora. Filter. All right, and ooh, actually, what kind of a? It's probably going to take a 16, right? Okay. All right, let's make sure that's a 16 engine. So let's make sure. Now, does anyone know what that means? What's the significance of the 16? Who knows what that means? Brake servo. We got to get up to the engine bay in order to do that. So accessing that from the top. And looks like we need to put in suspension. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. What's the next part to go in? Bob, tell him what he's won. Front steering knuckle C is what we need ×2. Because we got to sell off those other ones. Basically, you're just watching a guy on the internet. Like you're just watching a guy buy stuff. That's great. Well, if you guys have subscribed too, I want to thank everyone for joining as well today. It's been a lot of fun to play this so far. So I'm really happy that this game came out and that it's doing so well. I'm having fun with it. And hopefully you will too. Okay, steering knuckle C, there we go. All right, everything's good there. And then we need to buy suspension. Now that's going to be where the problem comes in because we need to, let's get back into the right view here. We need to be able to purchase 2 things here. The bottom suspension arm and the upper suspension arm. So that's going to be 4 different purchases there. Oh boy, she's getting real spendy. All right, so we need a bottom suspension arm and an upper suspension arm. And of course we could do repairs on these, but we'll have to start selling parts and or eventually, you know, take some more car jobs. I mean, it's not like, you know, we can't just stop and repair another car here. We can take this off the rack and bring it over to the thing. Oh, we got to buy some more bushings again. Seems like we can never get enough of those bushings. It doesn't look like we can actually sell any of them either. Wait a minute, what about bushings? Oh wow, we got all these body parts to sell too. Oh, there's a gearbox we can sell, flywheel. Oh, there we go. I like how you search by all, and it doesn't list all. Oh, now it does. Oh, now it lists everything. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, you can see all the things that we can eventually sell off. Like, oh of course, let's sell this brake pad off for $10. Hey, but that's amazing. That'll bring in a lot of cash. There's a lot of money that could be made from these crappy parts. What do we need again? Bushing? And I don't think we can ever, like, there's always a need for these things. So let's just buy 8 because they seem to be required everywhere. So let's just go ahead and buy those. We can use those on future jobs too. It's not a bad thing to have more than you need. All right, there we go. Okay, good. And then double wishbone shock absorber. Holy crap. I wonder if we can repair some of that. Let's see if we can repair that stuff one by one. I guess one of the reasons why most stuff won't appear is because we have to separate some part groups too in order to see them. Can you give me that back? Oh, there we go. It takes a second to, like, process. I think there's supposed to be an animation of it pulling apart, but it doesn't show it. Okay, good. Alright, so now we've got our parts separated for the shock absorber. And I don't think we're really going to be able to repair anything that well. Oh, look at that. Actually, we have upper suspension. Yeah, again, I just want to buy everything new and just sell everything else off. We can make the most amount of money from it that way. I don't even see the shock absorbers in the list. Alright. Well, let's try to get one tire on. And what are those parts again? So we need front spring, double wishbone shock absorber, and the front shock absorber cap. So front spring, front cap. So let's go with the cap. Alright, front shock absorber cap. Times 2. And we want the spring. Times 2. And then the double wishbone. Oh, that's the rear. Okay, we're getting down to our last couple $1,000s here. Let's go ahead and combine all this stuff now on the spring puller. Boom, 100%. Now we just gotta wait for the non-animation to finish in order to pull it away. Come on, will you give me that back now? There we go. And that's back in our possession. Now let's join yet another part. Boom, boom, boom. And yes. Alright, good. So again, we're gonna try to put the most amount of money in this car. And then we can probably try to get the most amount of money out of it back. But I don't know, I feel like it's gonna have a sentimental value to it. We'll see. Then again, we'll see how sentimental it is when they're offering like $1 million for it or something. You know what I mean? Like if it, yeah, you know what I mean. All right, let's go to the double wishbone shock absorber. That's one of them there. Bolter on in. Oh, it just needs the one bolt. Okay. And on the other side. Oh, we got to put the suspension arms back in there, don't we? All right, there we go. Wow, so for a full car restoration, not too bad. Been really fun so far. I've enjoyed learning a lot about cars and about mechanical parts and such and how they function. It's been good. All right, let's pop that. Oh, not you yet, sway bar. We'll have to get that in a second. But let's get these shock absorbers back into place. Oh, that's right. I only needed the one. Okay, good. Now all that's good. What else do we need in here? The front knuckle cover. Oh, wait. Didn't I already buy one of those? I think I already have one of those. Nope. Front knuckle cover. Alright, back to the old computer. Front knuckle cover. Front axle? Wait. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. That's going to be, what, 38 bucks? Front steering knuckle A and B. We're probably going to need that too, but, you know, since I don't know all the parts on this specific made-up automobile, we'll see. So, front axle cover, there we go. And then what goes in front of that? The wheel hub. All right, wheel hubs are next. So we're learning part by part, little by little. Let's see here. Wheel hub. It's front wheel hub. That's what it is. There we go. Wow, so it's taken about as much money to restore this car as we also purchased it for. So it was like $9,000. And we've almost spent about 12 on it as well, so it's taken more money to restore, mostly because we weren't able to repair most of the parts, but, you know, that's how it is. Ooh, the brakes ventilated. Yeah, we're going to need 2 of those. Good thing is we're buying parts for both sides. So once we buy everything for the driver's side, passenger side is going to be just fine. We'll have everything we need. Oh, careful there. Look at everything's so shiny. And isn't that awesome? It kind of sucks because the body's so gross. Obviously, we would want to start with the body, but it's all right. We'll get all the parts back in the car. I hope we don't have to take this stuff off. in order to get all that started again. All right, let's get pads and calipers again. All right, so that's going to be $76 for that, and caliper times 2 plus the brake caliper times 2, or the cylinder. Okay. All right, we're down to our last $1,000, folks. This is good. We've blown all of our money on repairing this car. This is awesome. This is what you want to do, right? Like, you want to spend all your money on a car. I mean, that's, you know, kind of part of the dream, right? I mean, you know. All right, very good. Ventilated. Actually, let's see if does that tire work now? Oh, we're missing something. Oh, the hub bearing. Oh boy, we got to buy a hub bearing. Hub bearing, hubbub. It looks so embarrassing on the rack. I'll be honest. It sucks. It's such a nice car, but we can't do anything to the body yet. Or at least I can't find a way to do that yet. Go back to part mount. There we go. Let's get the hub bearing in there. Oh, now we got to buy a cap too? Oh, everything. There's so many parts here. Let's buy the cap. Hub bearing cap. There we go. Oh, good. They're only going to be like, oh, 20 bucks. Okay. Only $19.99. Buy one, get one free if you order now. I like when they put the timer in the corner of the TV on those commercials. You know, it's so fake. You know there's nobody sitting there waiting with the countdown. Oh, the outer tie rod. There we go. Oh, we're also we're missing the sway bar. I know we're already gonna have to buy one of those. So okay, let's try to get the vintage tire B on here. Oh, of course we didn't balance that vintage tire yet. We'll have to do that. Okay, let's get that vintage tire balanced. See if this works. Classic rim. I don't know. I hope it does, because that's gonna give us some extra cash. And oh yeah, sway bar. All right, we'll let that thing work while we're doing this. All right, so inners. Front end link B. Oh, is it A or B? Uh-oh. We're gonna have to find out which one's in our inventory. And it is B, it appears. Yep, it is B. Now we can get a lot of cash from selling, so don't worry. We'll wait till we run out of cash. I love this. Like, I'm not gonna have any money to make rent, but I do have enough money for a cool car, and sometimes I guess that's all that matters. Back to our vintage tire. And of course, you know how it is. You don't just restore a car in a day. Sometimes you gotta wait for money to get parts. Look at that! Oh my God, it works! Oh, it's called top speed. Well, well. Wow, we still gotta buy some fenders. There were some missing parts too, so we definitely gotta do some work on the body, but that will come a little bit later. Let's install that sway bar on this side then, and that should be the front driver's side section complete for. That stuff. It's indicating here that it wants the brake servo to be in there. All right, folks, that is it for this episode. Man, the green mean machine is getting a little bit more meaner as we go, and it'll definitely have its body. This car is not leaving the garage without being next to perfect. So, all right, well, let's lower her back down. She's going to go to sleep. There you go. All right, rest, my pretty. All right, soon. Don't worry, soon. All right, very good. So you guys go ahead and come on back next time. I'll see you all next time, and take care. Goodbye.